An old man and an old woman lived in a little house. The old and pies. One day, she decided to bake something special. So she made a beautiful gingerbread cookie in the shape of a boy. He had raisins for eyes and a pink sugar candy waistcoat. She popped him into the oven to bake. When he was done, the old woman put him on the table to cool and went outside. When she was gone, the gingerbread boy sat up and he climbed down out of the door and down the path. "Up!" cried the old woman and the old man. But they can never catch me, no matter how fast you run, 'cause I'm boy and anyone. And he ran even faster with the old woman and the old man running after him. A gentle brown cow saw the gingerbread boy and thought how good he would taste. So she cried, "Stop! Stop!" But the gingerbread boy only laughed. "You can never catch me, no matter how fast you run, 'cause I'm the gingerbread boy, and I'm faster than anyone. I got away from the little old man and the little old woman too, and I can run so very fast I'll get away from you." And he ran faster than ever with the old woman, the old man, and the gentle brown cow after him. Then a big brown bear saw him. When the bear smelled the wonderful gingery smell, he thought how good the gingerbread boy would taste with his honey. So the bear cried, "Stop! Stop!" The gingerbread boy laughed and called, "You can never catch me, no matter how, 'cause Ed boy, and I'm faster than anyone. I got away from the little old man, the woman, and the gentle brown cow, and I am going to get away from you right now." And on he ran with the old woman, the old man, the gentle brown cow, and the big brown bear running after him. Then he came to a river, and he didn't know how to get across. A sly red fox was sitting near the river, and when he saw the gingerbread boy, he decided that he would eat him. "Jump on my tail, and I will carry you across the river," the fox called to the gingerbread boy. "If I do, you will eat me," said the gingerbread boy. "I don't like gingerbread." So the gingerbread boy jumped on the fox's tail, and the fox waded into the river. Soon the water grew deeper and lapped about the toes of the gingerbread boy. "Fox," he said, "I'm getting wet." "Jump on my back," cried the sly red fox. The gingerbread boy jumped on the fox's back, but again the water started to lap about the gingerbread boy's feet. "Fox," he said again, "I'm getting wet." "Jump on my head," cried the fox. The gingerbread boy jumped on the fox's head, but the water crept up again. "Jump on my nose," said the sly red fox. The gingerbread boy jumped onto the fox's nose, and snip, 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 the fox gobbled him up. And that is just what should happen to all gingerbread boys. A flea, a grasshopper, and a leapfrog once wanted to see who could jump highest. They were the 3 most famous jumpers in the whole world, and so they invited the whole world to see them. The king, who of course was invited too, said, "I will give my daughter in marriage to whoever jumps highest, for it is more fun when there is a prize to jump for." The flea was the first to step forward. He had exquisite manners and bowed to the company on all sides, for he had noble blood. Then came the grasshopper. "I'll leap so high that I'll touch the sky." He was much heavier, but he was well-mannered and wore a beautiful green uniform. So the flea and the grasshopper boasted about themselves and thought that they were quite good enough to marry a princess. All the Leapfrog said was, "Bugum, bugum, bugum, bugum." But when the dog sniffed at him with his nose, he said the Leapfrog was a good family. Then the contest took place. The flea jumped so high that nobody could see where he went to, so they all thought that he'd not jumped at all, and that was dishonorable. The grasshopper jumped only half as high, but he leaped into the king's face, who said that was ill-mannered. The Leapfrog stood still for a long time, lost in thought. It was believed at last that he would not jump at all. "I hope he's all right," said the house dog, when, pop, he made a jump into the lap of the princess, who was sitting on a little golden stool. Then the king said, "There is nothing above my daughter. Therefore, to leap up to her is the highest jump that can be made. But for this one must have understanding, and the Leapfrog has shown that he has understanding. He is brave and wise." And so the Leapfrog won the princess. "It's all the same to me," said the flea. "She may have the old Leapfrog for all I care. I jump the highest, but in this world merit seldom meets its reward." The grasshopper sat on a blade of grass and chirped his sad song. The Leapfrog just said, "Bloop." 3 billy goats named Gruff lived together on a mountainside. On the mountainside there was very little to eat, but just across the way was a beautiful pasture of green grass. On the way to this pasture they had to go over a bridge, and under the bridge lived a big, bad troll. One day, the youngest billy goat, Gruff, started to cross the bridge.
Trippity-trop, trop, trippity-trop, trop, I'll cross the bridge with a clippity-clop. Yummy, yum, yummy, yummy, yum, yummy, yum, yum, I'm gonna fill my tummy.
"Who trips over my bridge?" roared the troll.
Only littlest billy goat, Gruff,
said the littlest goat in his soft, small voice. "Aha! I am going to come up and eat you," said the troll.
Oh, don't eat me,
cried the littlest billy goat, Gruff.
My brother is coming after me, and he is much bigger than I.
So the troll grumbled and rumbled, but he let the littlest billy goat, Gruff, cross the bridge. Soon the second billy goat, Gruff, started to cross the bridge. Trippity-trop, trop, trippity-trop, trop, I'll cross the bridge with a clippity-clop. Yummy, yum, yummy, yummy, yum, yummy, yum, yum, I'm gonna fill my tummy. Who trips over my bridge? Roared the troll. Only the middle-sized billy goat, Gruff, said the second goat in his middle-sized voice. Aha! I am going to come and eat you, said the troll.
Oh, don't eat me,
cried the middle-sized billy goat Gruff.
My brother's coming after me, and he's much bigger than I am.
So the troll grumbled and rumbled, but he let the middle-sized billy goat Gruff cross the bridge. Soon the biggest billy goat Gruff started across the bridge. Tribbity-trop, trop, tribbity-trop, trop, I'll cross the bridge with a clibbity-clop. Yummy, yum, yummy, yummy, yum, yummy, yum, yum, I'm gonna fill my tummy. Who tramps over my bridge? Roared the troll. It is I, great big billy goat Gruff, shouted the biggest goat in his great big voice. Ha ha! I am going to come up and eat you, said the troll. Come along then, cried the great big billy goat Gruff. So up came the old troll, but the great big billy goat Gruff put down his head and bounded forward and hurled that troll right off the bridge, and he never was seen again. Then the great big billy goat Gruff joined his two brothers in the pasture, and the grass was so delicious that all three goats grew big and plump before they walked home again. Annie Mouse lived quietly in the country. One day, her friend Melissa from the city came to visit. They sat down to lunch, but Melissa didn't eat one nibble. In the city, I dine on spice cake and wine, said the city mouse rather grandly. In the city, I have a machine that plays music, and I dance on a velvet carpet. My dear, why don't you leave this dull country life behind and come to the city with me? The city is so nice, don't think about it twice. Now start to pack and we'll go. And you won't come back because you love the city so. My, it does sound tempting, said Annie. So Annie rode off to the city with Melissa. Honk, honk, beep, beep. Isn't this traffic and noise marvelous fun? Screamed Melissa. Melissa's home in the city was beautiful and fun to explore. As they raced down the hall, they suddenly heard, woof! Run! Run, it's the dog! Squeaked Melissa. Shaking with fright, they ran into the dining room and slammed the door just in time. He chases me all the time, said Melissa. Climb up on the table. Have you ever seen such food? Never, gasped Annie, still shaking with fright. There were dainty bits of spiced cake and fine cheese and even a drop of wine in the glasses. Oh, squeaked Annie, I see a cat! Run, run, cried Melissa. They slammed the living room door just in time. Oh, sobbed Annie the country mouse, I've never been so frightened. Nonsense, you'll get used to it, said Melissa. I'll put on the music machine and let's dance. Suddenly the door flew open and there was a fearful noise. It's the vacuum cleaner, shrieked Melissa. Hold on tight to that curtain or the vacuum will gobble you up. At last the dreadful machine left and the country mouse began to run. Where are you going? Shrieked Melissa. Home to the country, squeaked Annie. The little mouse ran and ran until she was safe in the quiet green country. That night she told her friends that she would rather lead a simple life than dine on riches and live in fear. Are you afraid of lions? Well, I am too. But listen to the story of a brave little mouse who was not as afraid of lions as you. A lion was asleep in the forest. Some mice saw him sleeping.
What a huge animal he is,
said the youngest mouse, whose name was Fuzzytail.
Yes,
said his brother Grayskin.
and it's only because he is asleep that we dare to be near him. Even when he is asleep, I'm afraid of him. Suppose he should wake up.
no danger.
Said Fuzzytail.
He is sound asleep and will sleep until morning.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure.
Said Grayskin.
It's said that all cats sleep with one eye open.
Well, you see that this big cat has both of his shut.
Argued Fuzzytail.
I'm going to jump on him.
Oh, be careful.
Warned Grayskin. Laughed Fuzzytail.
Watch me run right over his nose.
With a sudden movement, the lion opened his eyes and shook his head. All the mice scampered away, but poor little Fuzzytail, who was right on his nose. Before Fuzzytail could escape, the lion stretched out one great paw and caught him. Roar! Growled the lion.
Oh, great lion.
Begged the trembling little mouse.
Oh,
Why should I? Growled the lion. Haven't you been told that it's dangerous to rouse a sleeping lion? With my paw I can crush you, you silly little animal.
oh, please don't.
Begged Fuzzytail again.
I didn't mean to wake you, and I'll never do it again.
Well, said the lion, I see that you're very young, so I'll spare you this time. And lifting his huge paw, he let the trembling little mouse run away. After that, Fuzzytail and his friends played far away from the sleeping lion. But one evening, as they came out of the forest, he was not asleep as usual. He was rolling around and roaring so that the whole forest echoed.
I am going to see what he is roaring at.
Said Fuzzytail. The others begged him not to go, but the little mouse was determined.
He set me free when he could have crushed me, and now he is in trouble, and I'm going to help him if I can.
As Fuzzytail came close, he saw the lion tangled up in a net that hunters had spread for him. The more he roared and rolled about, the more entangled he became. Suddenly, he heard a little voice close to his ear. He stopped his roaring and listened.
I am the mouse you freed.
It said,
If you will just lie still, I will chew the ropes that hold you.
a huge lion lay still, and Fuzzytail chewed one rope after another with his sharp little teeth. Soon the net fell away, and the lion sprang to his feet. Thank you, little brother, he said. I didn't know that my kindness would bring me such a high reward. Chicken little, foxy, loxy, turkey, lucky, goosey, loosey, ducky, lucky, henny, penny.
All thought the sky was falling.
One day, Chicken Little walked through the woods on her way to market. A tiny acorn fell from a tall tree and hit the top of her little head.
My goodness, the sky is falling.
Said Chicken Little.
I must rush to tell the king.
Chicken Little met Henny Penny on the road.
Where are you going?
Asked Henny Penny. We're off to tell the king what terrible news we bring. The sky is falling, we'll tell the king. For the king has to know everything. told you? Asked Henny Penny.
It hit me on the head.
Said Chicken Little. Let me come with you, said Henny Penny. And Chicken Little and Henny Penny hurried off to tell the king. On the way, they met Ducky Lucky. The sky is falling, said Henny Penny. We're off to tell the king.
Who told you?
Asked Ducky Lucky. Chicken Little.
Who told Chicken Little?
It hit her on the head.
Let me come with you,
said Ducky Lucky. And Chicken Little, Henny Penny, and Ducky Lucky hurried off to tell the king the sky was falling. On the way, they met Goosey Lucy. Where are you going? Asked Goosey Lucy. We're off to tell the king what terrible news we bring. The sky is falling, we'll tell the king. For the king has to know everything. Let me come with you, said Goosey Lucy. And Chicken Little, Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy hurried off to tell the king. On the way, they met Turkey Lurkey.
Where are you going?
Asked Turkey Lurkey. The sky is falling, said Goosey Lucy. We're off to tell the king.
Who told you?
Asked Turkey Lurkey. Chicken Little, it hit her on the head.
Let me come with you,
said Turkey Lurkey. So Chicken Little, Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey hurried off down the road to tell the king the sky was falling. On the way, they met Foxy Loxy. Now, where are you going? Asked Foxy Loxy. We're off to tell the king what terrible news we bring. The sky is falling, we'll tell the king. For the king has to know everything. Let me show you the way, said Foxy Loxy. Then Foxy Loxy walked with Turkey Lurkey. Foxy Loxy ate Turkey Lurkey. Foxy Loxy walked with Goosey Lucy. Foxy Loxy ate Goosey Lucy. Foxy Loxy walked with Ducky Lucky. Foxy Loxy ate Ducky Lucky. Foxy Loxy walked with Henny Penny. Foxy Loxy ate Henny Penny. Foxy Loxy walked with Chicken Little. Foxy Loxy ate Chicken Little. And there was no one left to tell the king but Foxy Loxy himself. But Foxy Loxy was much too full to move, so the king never knew that the sky was falling. A man and his wife lived near a beautiful garden, but they didn't dare go into it because it belonged to a terrible witch. One day, the woman saw a bed of fresh radishes. I must have some, she said to her husband. If I don't, I shall die. That night, the husband went into the garden and picked some radishes, and the witch caught him.
Thief! Cried the witch. You will pay for this.
Oh, please, begged the man. My wife is dying for want of your radishes.
Very well, the witch said. Take all the radishes your wife can eat. In return, you must give your first child to me.
So, when a baby was born, the witch took her away and named her Rapunzel, which means radish. She shut Rapunzel up in a high tower that didn't have a staircase or door. As Rapunzel grew older and more beautiful, her golden hair grew longer until it was so long that when the witch wanted to come up, she called,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let me climb your golden hair.
Then Rapunzel unwound her long golden braids, and the witch climbed up. One day a handsome prince heard her singing and saw the witch climb up. When the witch had gone, the prince cried, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let me climb your golden hair. Then up he climbed. When they saw each other, the prince and Rapunzel immediately fell in love. Rapunzel promised to marry the prince as soon as she could escape from the tower. But the witch discovered the plan. In a rage, she cut off Rapunzel's hair and sent her off to live in the forest. Then, with Rapunzel's hair, she waited in the tower to trap the prince. That evening, when the prince called to Rapunzel, the witch let down Rapunzel's hair and he climbed up. When he found the horrid witch, the prince leaped out of the window, fell into a thorn bush, and was blinded. For many years he wandered through the woods weeping for Rapunzel, when one day he heard a beautiful song.
Oh, he was so handsome, and I loved him so. Oh, where is my prince now? Only the wicked witch can know.
The voice was Rapunzel's, and she wept with joy to see her prince again. Two of her tears fell on his eyes. Instantly, he could see. Then the prince took Rapunzel to his kingdom, and they lived happily ever after. A widow had two daughters. The eldest was proud and nasty like her mother. She was the favorite. The youngest was beautiful and sweet. Because of this, her mother was jealous of her and made her work hard all the time. One day, the pretty daughter was getting water at the fountain. A beggar woman asked her for a drink.
Of course.
The girl replied. The beggar woman, who was a good fairy in disguise, drank the water and said,
Because you are so pretty and have good manners, I shall give you a gift. I'm going to give you precious gifts. Flowers and jewels will drop from your lips with every word you say. Starting today.
When the girl got home, her mother scolded her for taking so long.
I'm sorry I'm late, Mother,
said the pretty daughter. As she spoke, 2 diamonds, 2 pearls, and a red rose fell from her mouth. Then the greedy mother sent her eldest daughter to the fountain. Be nice to the beggar woman, she said. But this time the good fairy was disguised as a lovely princess. She asked for some water.
Why should I serve a lady such as yourself?
The proud daughter snapped rudely.
You are cross and ill-bred from now on. You deserve such horrible gifts. Toads and snakes will drop from your lips with every word you say. Starting today.
The eldest daughter ran home.
Oh, Mother!
She began. horrid toads hopped from her mouth, and 2 slimy snakes slithered to the ground. The daughter was so frightened that she ran into the woods, and she was never heard from again. Meanwhile, a king's son had seen the youngest daughter and fallen in love with her. The prince married her and brought her to his castle, where they lived happily ever after.